See if anybody comes into the chat. Test, test. We're live. Okay, perfect. Okay, cool. So, a couple weeks ago, we were working on this 2009 Kawasaki Ninja 650, and pretty much the majority of the parts have come in at this point. We're going to go ahead and be rebuilding the front forks as well as replacing the front tire, doing a front brake system fluid flush. We will be replacing the chain and sprockets, front and rear, along with the chain, rear tire, new valve stems, tire. We'll go ahead and balance them as well, clean up this area, replace the brake fluid, engine oil, coolant we're going to leave. We'll be checking all the major engine and chassis fasteners, and pretty much lubing any cables, pivot points, pretty much going over those main things. We'll also be replacing the spark plugs. Went ahead and clean and degreased the inside of the air box, nice and clean. We have a new air filter, new spark plugs. We'll be putting that back on. And last but not least, that gas tank should be good. The fuel pressure looked okay. And we'll be putting new grips on it. So hopefully our new grip throttle tube fits. We'll be replacing this. We'll leave the mirror on for the customer, but I don't know. It may not fit from what I think they cut it. So we'll be taking this off. And that's pretty much it. No, might have some future repairs like installing a custom gauge cluster, but we will see. I think we also need a new battery for it, but I forgot to add that to the quote. But right now I have a test battery, so we'll see. And then the only other major service I think we held off on is doing the valve adjustment. Unsure of how many miles are on the bike since we don't have the gauge cluster. But how do I say this? From I think in the part one video during the inspection, I didn't write down in my notes, but from checking out the compression, I think it was pretty high. I want to say it was, I'm guessing maybe 190, 200. Had pretty good compression, strong motor. So I'm going to think it's probably a low mileage bike still, maybe under 20,000. We'll see. And so if that's the case, without knowing the exact mileage on it, could do a valve adjustment, maybe hold off on it. But with the amount of money the customer has in parts, we're also going to be taking off the stock exhaust system here, or this Two Brothers exhaust, which is kind of Mickey Moused onto it, I feel like. We'll be taking that off, and we're going to see. And the other thing I want to see is when I actually lift the bottom of the bike, if this swing arm here starts to make contact with the muffler. Yes, if that's the case, then obviously having the stock exhaust is going to be the better option. And then let's see, that sticker there, I feel like that's definitely within the stroke, which is kind of a trip. So we're going to go ahead and take this sticker off too when we do the fork job. New tires. We'll see. I think the forks should be good, even though they're pretty pitted in that section. They might be okay. We'll have to see. Depends, as long as they're not bad. Usually, if I try to polish them out, usually they end up working. So let's go ahead and see what we can do. Hold on. Oh, who's a good boy? We're going to check the view here, see if I got good enough Wi-Fi signal. Okay, cool. Almost there. All right, let's go ahead and check out this angle. Stop it. Let's see. Dog's licking the, might have spilled like chocolate on it or something. Okay, so let's see. First things first, I don't even know where to start off with this thing. I guess we'll kind of start off with, let's see. I think we'll do the rear end first because after I do the rear end, I can go ahead and slide it in backwards and basically do the front end, do the front tire, pull off the forks, set the forks up. I have those carbs on the table, which that's going to make it kind of interesting. I might have to put those away. Um, let's see. Okay. It's like the phone that I was using right now. The Wi-Fi signal is a little on the shitty side. Let's see. How's that angle right there? I think that angle looks probably pretty so-so. So what's going on, guys? We got Aaron Yeager. We're working on a 2009 Kawasaki 650R Ninja. Okay, so yeah, might as well just strip down the bike. This thing also needs some electrical, but we're gonna leave that. The customer has any problems with, there's a couple other things that it needs on top of what we're doing, but to keep things as economical as possible, this is probably the bare minimum to get this bike safe and roadworthy. Um, Everything else is, can maybe be fixed in time or is slightly cosmetic. And I'm going to go ahead and jack this bike up. I don't know, maybe something like that. Rocky, why are you looking at like that? Might be able to go up just a little bit higher. Let's see. That way, my back's a little sore. So that way I'm not squatting over as much. All right, Tits McGee. Oh, hey, who's good boy? All right, you guys are going to get in my way, though. All right, what's in here? Okay, we got sprockets. Let's see, we're going to have to clean that. And let's see, front sprocket using JT front sprocket and rear sprocket. All right, cool. Oh, and I have a exhaust system here, the stock exhaust. All right, so first things first, get some gloves on for this. It's gonna be kind of a dirty job. Usually nobody cleans the chain sprockets over here. So, got Samu working on a Kawasaki Ninja. Okay, so looks like an 8 millimeter. I might have to go grab my headlamp really quick. But to make this work, yeah, I'm gonna need my headlamp. BRB. Okay, come on. All right, cool. I am back. Let's see, why is the video quality on my other phone look so shitty? All right, let's go ahead and take a look-see poo. I was gonna say this glove right here, a little on the blown out side. All right, so time to rock and roll. Ah, now I can see a little bit better. So it looks like it's missing a bolt. Okay, perfect. Holy shit, that's pretty fucking dirty. Okay. Yeah. Well, you can kind of see what I'm doing. I'll get a little bit more. Holy shit, this nut's loose. The fucking drive nut is. Oh, I gotta zoom in on that. Nut's loose. Look at that. Not the only one seeing that, right? Okay, cool. This thing is pretty dirty. Wow. Yeah. So, yeah, it's gonna go ahead and clean this all up. Not always necessary, but figure for YouTube content, never hurts. And also the customer's paying a decent amount of money to have his bike worked on, so might as well make everything all nice and clean. Everything else can be pressure washed at the car wash, but behind this cover is a little bit harder to access. So best to clean it now while everything's nice and exposed. And we're missing a bolt on the front sprocket cover. Not a big deal. It's a standard bolt. Go ahead and get a replacement after we get this taken care of. But yeah, and this thing is pretty. I don't know if it like hit an animal or something. I don't know what all this fuzzy stuff is. Like a rat got sucked up into there or something. Who knows? I don't know. It looks like there's a like or maybe a bunch of dog hair. I don't see any dead rats. No. Kind of weird. Oh well. It's all good. I got my hantavirus vaccine, so should be good to go. All right, I think that's good enough. Look at that. It's fucking nasty. Not always necessary, but you know. And we got a protector of lost knowledge. No, this is a 650 cc is what this bike is right here. So let's see, we got an 8mm on that as well. Wait, is it this one or is it that one? Which one gets, no, that's the sensor itself. Oh fuck, it's so dirty I can't tell. No, I think actually a 10 and a 10, I think. Oh wow, this thing is filthy, filthy disgusting. See, see if that helps it out. No? What the fuck? Hold on. Can't see shit. The fuck is? Oh, I can't tell. I think it should just. Oh yeah, there we go. Sweet. Yeah, it was just a little dirty and full of like rat hair. Okay, cool. Just need to unstake that. No, motherfucker. Hold on. Yeah, so interesting. Somebody definitely worked on it. Not a big deal. Nothing looks like it's been messed up. Just wasn't put together properly. Let's see. This chain and sprockets are they're a little on the loose side, so I can see the master link right here. It does look like it was riveted properly. But this is an O-ring chain, and so just to be on the safe side, might as well put, brand new parts on it. The fact that I'm seeing, this kind of shit to begin with, missing hardware, front sprocket nut loose, finger tight. Um, we'd be on the better side just replacing the whole drive chain system, front sprocket, rear sprocket, torque, clean everything. That way, the customer doesn't have to worry about his bike falling apart, basically. But yeah, that's funny. Okay, cool. So go ahead and do a little bit of a better cleaning job here in a little bit. Now I can go ahead and get the rear tire. Let's see, do I need that? Just in case. I'm gonna go ahead and do the rear tire now. Let's see. Mm-hmm. Okay. That's going to be a, what is that, 27? Okay. That should probably be it. What else? Let's go ahead and go with a, I have a can of, hold on. Ah, here it is. Yep, it's pretty cool. The whole deal with this sport bike is it's more of like a sport touring. It's not like a true kind of like a 600cc or the 636 or the 600 double R. The 650 is more of a sport touring type of bike. All right, cool. So I think that's almost about it as far as that. It should all be loose. Loose. All right, cool. I think should be able to. Just got to find a way to get it up. What is that? It's part of the kickstand switch. But if I can lift it right there, maybe on the block. And the best way to do that is with the block here. That way we're not on the exhaust. Let's see. Yeah, I think we could do that. Let's see. Yeah. So depending on how it's mounted, it should be fine. Usually the headers being mounted up can take the static force, basically just the weight of the bike in most cases. Now this aftermarket muffler here isn't really mounted in a good way to the rear section of the bike. So got to be careful, but we got this block underneath here, so if there is any, any excessive force, this block resting up against the oil pan there should be able to lift the bike just fine. So we got the bike together. Um, okay. All right, sweet. so we got that off. We're going to be replacing the sprocket and all that, so go ahead and do this. Spray a little bit of the greaser on it. So I'll wipe it down with like a paper towel. It's like somebody used like actual wax or just wax, like took a stick of grease and just greased the hell out of the out of the chain or something. There's grease absolutely all over this bike. I don't think unless that's the oil leak. Okay, so of course doesn't have a master link or clip-on style master link, has a rivet style. There you go. All right. So I had a block of wood. Oh. Hmm. Okay, gotta make sure you got some type of safety squints or eye protection. All right. Hmm. Okay. All right. Yeah, we got Pep. What is that? Pepe's Garage? Yes, sir. 650, you are indeed correct. We're working on a Kawasaki Ninja 650. Okay, so I'll go ahead and leave this out just because I'm not sure if I gotta cut the new chain. Oop, not a big deal. Huh, beautiful. Damn, this bike is dirty. What the? Like, where all this fucking grease come from? Obviously from the chain, but usually it doesn't make its way to the back this far. Not without getting all over the swing or all over the tire and the rim and the back of your leg. And considering the amount of grease, the axle is hard to get out too, and the axle's like super dry. There's almost no lube put on the axle, which, it's just, I don't know, I guess how some people work on certain things. A little bit, everybody does it a little differently. Oh, this thing is just super, super filthy. I hate to put it back together like this. Using a nylon bristle brush and basically hand scrub the whole freaking bike, or at least the sections that we're going to be servicing. That's almost like the best way. That doesn't need to be scrubbed, but still want this grease to make its way onto the tire. That's probably the worst thing. Grease and rubber and asphalt do not mix very well. Provides extra loss of friction. Yeah, this thing's just kind of almost, I need to go get some warm water. Should be good after this. Got all the grease. nice. Yeah, this thing is filthy. What's everybody in the chat saying? Got Bambi saying hi. We got Noah Aguiar. I am working on my dirt bike, my dirt bike right now. Nice. We got Bambi. I've been riding a 2016 Ninja 400 for 7 years now, and it's still going strong. Yeah, those 400s are a solid bike. Usually, they're as long as you're not riding them full throttle, 6 gear maxed out the whole time. You ride it modestly like anything, it's gonna last. Usually here in Southern California, in order to get around, especially on the 250, 300, 400, in order to keep up with everybody going 80 miles an hour in traffic, usually most of the 400s and below that I see usually don't last very long. Even 600s that are ridden or commuted don't last that long. Just, riding a bike at 80 miles an hour, it's just they're not made for that. I mean, they are in a sense, but you're not going to get the lifespan that it was, that you would expect in a sport bike. Maybe in one of these 650Rs, it's not as sport performance compared to like the double R model or the 600 double R. But either way, same concept. It's, most of these bikes are double, bi or four-cylinder engines. So, and they're small displacement. They're only 600 cc's. They're not like your car 2.5 liter, like a 25, 2000, 2500 cc in a small engine. These bikes are about half the size. So a lot of moving parts, and they wear a lot quicker because of the, how much power this little engine is making here. A two-cylinder or a four-cylinder, the output is it's pretty intense. So let's see here. Go ahead and remove this front sprocket now. Okay, very nice. Ooh. Let's see. Is there a way to minimize the shit that's going all over the place? Can I do something like that? Does that work? Maybe if I threw a zip tie? Okay. What else can I clean? This cover here, pretty freaking dirty. Let's see. Probably spray that with a little bit of okay. See, chat saying you can mount your flux capacitor probably in the rear section of your motorcycle. It's probably the best place to mount it. Definitely. All right, cool. Looks like the chain came off at some point. Kind of smacked the case there. Or maybe it was just loose. Okay, that's probably try to get all that crud so it doesn't immediately get sucked up onto the new chain. All right, cool. So while that kind of sits, probably finish up. Let's see, already sprayed some on the rear tire, so probably focus. So you got this front sprocket here is pretty bad too. I like to have at least somewhat of a decent clean parts. Oh, okay. I have to go do a refill here. Okay. Okay. And get all this grease and stuff and dirt that's in the swing arm guide here for the chain tensioner. Okay. All right, that's pretty decently clean now, I want to say. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the chat. Okay. I also need to put a rear tire on also, which that's going to be fun. So I'm going to say that's probably clean enough. Cool. So on this right here, the same thing. We'll just basically take off the drive hub, put that like that. That should be fine. Let's see, drive hub, pretty clean on the inside. So we'll just kind of leave that maybe how it is. I don't know. Let's pull up the sprocket actually. It's not too bad. There's like no major corrosion. Probably hit most of it once the rear sprocket is removed. So I think those are a 14 millimeter. That's what they appear to be. They all feel pretty. Oh, lost the spacer. Yeah, a little. It's pretty worn out. Yikes. Yeah, looks like a loose chain was on there. Okay, cool. That one's absolutely filthy. Let's see here. Got one that's looks like the last sprocket was put on top of a bunch of whatever gunk and grease had worked its way behind it. Okay, and then once we pressure wash it, whatever's stuck in these nooks and crannies in here, everything should kind of come out. And this kind of degreaser right here typically doesn't mess anything up. It's pretty solid versus the other one. If you leave it on, it could mess up paint, certain finishes. But from my experience, this degreaser here, the Gunk Engine Degreaser Original, seems to be as extra strength as it is. It's like light duty enough to where it doesn't harm certain finishes versus the chain cleaner is much stronger, kind of pulls everything off. You just got to be careful. It'll also pull off paint. So you just kind of got to know when to use what and how you're going to use it. Okay. Man, this thing is pretty dirty. Should be solid for mounting a sprocket on it. Okay, got a nice solid clean surface now. Just can't stand putting stuff together that has a lot of grease in its surrounding area. Okay, take this wheel spacer out here, put some fresh grease on it. Let's see, this is a sealed bearing here. It's like somebody packed quite a bit of grease. And my gloves are falling off completely. That's how good this degreaser is. Okay. So yeah, that's usually the misconception. This is a sealed bearing, so sometimes people pack these cavities here full of grease. Uh, Typically considered like a sealed unit, non-serviceable. Once it starts to go bad or whatever, you just replace it. Okay. Yeah, it's crazy amount of grease. Okay. That's nice clean. So now I pretty much need some probably some soap and water and go ahead and get ready to do a tire on it. Shoot, I'm gonna need to move these carburetors over to the side. My gloves are actually that's how you keep your hands clean. So I'm gonna need to do another AutoZone run here pretty soon. Go get some more gloves. Keep my hands nice and clean. But yeah, so far so good. Let's see. Yeah, I just need to clean up that area. But I like to get the rear tire put on, get the sprocket, and then we can go ahead and lower the bike momentarily and basically spray some water so I can collect all that shit so it's just not dropping all over my lift. And then pretty much after that, you know, I can go ahead and jack the bike back up, clean it, do whatever. So let's go ahead and see. Let me go get a refill on my squirt bottle here. Whew. Yeah, okay. And then I don't know, what do I do after that? Tire. I guess it's almost ready to just flip around and put it flipped over rear tire into the chock so I can basically pull off the front end. That's going to be a whole part 3 or 4 within itself is doing the front forks on this here, but at least we'll do chain sprockets, rear tire, and maybe we'll see about bleeding the, what time is it? 6:47, so I might have enough time to run my air compressor right now so I can bleed the rear brake system. Then kind of, the rear brake system will be finished essentially. Or the rear section of the bike will be finished. Nice and clean and assembled. And then I can focus on the front end and then come back and do the middle. I can't remember. I don't think we're going to do anything with the throttle bodies, nothing with the valves. pretty much cleaning the air system. Airbox has already been degreased and cleaned. Got a new air filter, so put that on, put that all back together, change the engine oil, uh, and I got new grips for it. And this bike will essentially be pretty dialed in. It should be fun to ride, I'm thinking. It kind of has that cafe racer, cafe bobber look to it, especially with the handlebars. We'll see. Might be kind of feel a little weird leaning with some handlebars that aren't up above the triple tree or at least parallel. But these ones right here are kind of at a maybe a 60-degree angle. Uh, Not quite a 45. Yeah, maybe like 60. So it's gonna feel a little different, but either way. But BRB, I'm gonna go fill up this with some hot water. Ooh, let's see. Also gotta get that gotta get this rear muffler put on at some point. Okay, we are back. Let's go ahead and do this. All right, so I'm going to clean all those parts right now. That way everything is nice and clean. And maybe I'll go drop these in the hypersonic parts washer. Just want to get all the majority of the grease off of it. Kind of keep my solution clean. Okay. I kind of want to. Okay. That should be probably good enough. All right. And yeah, I don't think I'm going to put these things in the parts washer. I'm just going to maybe do a light scrub on what needs to be scrubbed right now, like these wheel spacers. So those are going to get put in right after I do the tires. You do want to put some grease on the spacers to where they touch the seal. But other than that, maybe, maybe just a little bit extra for, I don't know, maybe corrosion protection. It's okay, but if you put too much, usually it ends up just kind of slinging all over the place and attracting dirt, turning into like a grease sludge. So not too much. The trick is doing it consistently, which, that's the difference between something that lasts and, something that typically doesn't nowadays. Very nice. This is kind of so I don't have to go over to my parts washer here. All right, I think these are clean enough for right now. Okay, so I would like to do let's go ahead and knock out this front tire really quick. Front tire, rear tire. Let's see. I have to break the bead in here. Get in there. Oh, fuck no. Okay, so we'll go. Whoa, a little slippery. Okay, so there's a little bit of degreaser on the tire still. See how that angle ends up working out. Okay, so I need to go grab some tire spoons, and I shall be right back. Maybe get a work area going right here. We need the selfie, the POV cam, as I might call it. Maybe hold on, I gotta scoot over these carburetors really quick so I can put the wheel balancing stand. Very nice. Okay, I need a wheel weights. I think I have a, let's see. Ah, that's in my other container actually. If I'm not mistaken. Wiring. Yeah. I think I recently moved all that stuff. Okay, not a big deal. So we need that. We need a new valve stem. Ooh, excuse me. Valve stem puller. So it's going to be basically this. Hold on, let me see if I can move this camera right there. I don't know if that kind of helps out. So let me think here. You go grab the valve stem puller, some tire irons, got water, got some shop towels here. What else? Sticky weight and a new valve stem. Okay, copy. Be right back. BRB. Ooh. valve stem puller. Okay, got some tire irons, got some wheel weights. Let's see, got this, a valve stem, got a valve stem puller. Okay. See if we can do this with, should be able to do it with 17-inch tire. I think I can do 19-inch. We'll see. Got a tape measure right there, so we can go up to 16 inches. So that's a pretty decent sized tire. So I can go up to like probably like a 19-inch, realistically. I think that's how they do that, or because this is what it's a 17. I forget how it works, but it should fit. Ugh, okay. So try this without fucking up the rim. No, hold on. You know what we're gonna do? Hold on. One other thing. All right, sweet. So yeah, that's a good shot right there. We were working on. Oh. So I got these devices right here. Kind of helps from rims getting fucked up. Lined up on the camera. Very nice. Mm. Ooh. So mm, somebody's definitely obviously had the tires off. Not super fucked up. I've seen a lot worse, but definitely almost looks like it was interesting. Yeah, because I didn't even touch this side right here. It almost looks like it ran low. Maybe he ran it low on air, or at some point it was ran low on air. Might have hit the road a little too low to the curb. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and cut that valve stem. Okay. Just kind of remove the corrosion. Okay, so new valve stem. Ugh, right here, along with valve stem tool. Okay, nice. All right, so it's pretty much ready to go. Got to take off this sticky weight here. I gotta go get my plastic scraper. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and put the tire on. Tire direction, from my perspective, is going counterclockwise. So let's see here. We need a box cutter. I think I should have one. Yeah, here we go. See what else. Got some wheel weights here. Silver. I don't think silver will look nice. Got some black wheel weights. Cool. Need some of those. We'll grab some gloves. Fucking Zen time. Alright. So that. Got some cutters. Let's see. See what we're gonna get ourselves into right now. 2017 on 17. Who's that from? FastJoeMoto. FastJoeMoto.com. What kind of tires do we have here? It's a 160 by 60 on a 17. Let's see. Huh. Yeah. Huh. I'm just realizing now, what the fuck kind of tires are these? Oh, Fast Show Moto. These look like fucking China tires. The fuck? These aren't Pirellis. Oh, the fuck's a Diablo? These aren't Dunlops. Oh, hell no. Hold on. Send a fucking email. Yeah. Well, I guess, shit. I'm not putting these tires on the bike. That's for damn sure. Heck no. These are like some straight up China tires. These are not, whatever. Okay, cool. So that bike's gonna be stuck up on the lift here for a while. Guess we won't be installing tires tonight, so we're gonna go ahead and have to get some tires ordered for it. In the meantime, guess we can go ahead and put the sprocket on. That wouldn't hurt. We got the valve stem, new valve stem inside, and we can just temporarily put the rim back onto the bike. China tires. Okay, so yeah, that kind of sucks. I forgot I probably got those about maybe a week or two ago now. Oh, perfect. Okay, what else can we work on? How much battery life we got up in this bad boy? Battery life is starting to get a little bit on the lower side. Okay, so we're definitely not doing tires tonight. Maybe another day. Not a big deal. We can go ahead and come back to it. So in the meantime, let's see. I think I can go ahead and temporarily lower the bike still. Let's see if I can do that. Okay. So probably still do this so I can finish servicing the bike, put the exhaust on, clean that area, get the front sprocket mocked up. Okay, sweet. Okay, so not a big deal. I'm thinking maybe take a break. That was kind of a stopping point. Want to get that rear tire on at least and get it mocked up so then we could balance it. But since that's going to be a standing point, we'll go ahead and take a break. We'll come back and we'll go ahead and finish up on, let's see, maybe putting on the exhaust. Got an exhaust system that I need to put on. Let's see. Make sure this is the perfect. Might be able to make this work. Throw a bolt on there. Has the clamp. Perfect. Yeah, I should be able to make this work. A little bit of damage to the tip, but not a big deal. Kind of goes along with the damage to the gas tank here. Bike won't be as loud, but should run a little bit better, have a little bit more back pressure. Um, Overall, if the customer doesn't wants to keep the bike and not have any issues with burning up the valves and having loss of compression over time, it's usually better to run the stock exhaust system. But yeah, I think that's it for right now. I'm going to go ahead and throw the phone on the charger, take a quick break, and then we're going to go ahead and come back, finish cleaning up the bike there, and we'll go ahead and put on that exhaust system, mock up the front sprocket, maybe mock up the chain. We'll see. I'm pretty sure we can also put the rear sprocket onto the tire, onto the rim, and then put the rim on and all that, kind of mock that up. So that way I can set the chain. I'll just be waiting for the tires to come in now at this point. I'm going to have to order some tires right now. And I think that's about it. So let's see here. Yeah, perfect. I think we can do that. And then let's see, we'll see if we have enough time. What else is on the list. I'm not even doing like really major services, just kind of cleaning and fixing all the little broken stuff. Um, yeah, this will probably be a little job within itself. Doing the hand grips, throttle. I have to possibly disconnect the cables or loosen them up at one of the points. We'll see. Typically up just at the top. And then brake fluid. We got to do brake fluid on this thing. That might be for tomorrow morning. Might be a better job. We'll go ahead and prep everything for that, get all the tools ready. But let's go ahead and dial this up right now. But for the meantime, since kind of wasn't expecting that, got the wrong tires, kind of sucks. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and put this job on standby. So thanks for everybody for hanging in there, joining the chat. We're gonna go ahead and take a quick break, and I appreciate everybody, you know, supporting the channel and the premium members for some of those videos that I have there. Appreciate y'all, and stay tuned. I'll be back for the next one.